It's early in the morning and this room is a mess. I can't find no
Hello,
matching
everybody.
socks
Welcome
today.
to episode 34 of Nickelo's World Podcast. Welcome. If this is your first time checking me out, thank you so much for checking me out, and I hope you come back for another week. And if you're a returning viewer, as always, thank you so much for checking me out. How is everybody tonight? Good, I hope. Today is Friday the 13th, 2014, and it is like 10:30 at night. I put off recording because of the way the weather's been. I haven't had good lighting in the house, and I still don't, but we're going for it. Anyways, I have some finished objects, some administrati, some stash enhancement, and maybe some periphery. So let's get started. Alright, for administrati, I want to wish for any of the men that watch my podcast, I want to wish you guys a happy Father's Day, even if it's fur babies. You have happy Father's Day. And generally to even the women who watch my podcast, to your husbands who are fathers, happy Father's Day. Alright, happy June birthdays to anybody that has a birthday in June. I hope you've had a great day or will have a great day. Administrati. Excuse me. Oh, I'm sorry for being rude. We have a cow going on. And that means it's called our Summer Object Along. It started May the 31st and runs through September the 23rd, which is the first day of fall. It can be a knit or crocheted item, and the item, as I said, it runs till September the 23rd. The item can also be posted in our finished objects thread, whatever month you finished it in, you can also post it in that thread as well. I will give you the rules and some examples of what you can make. Alright, here goes. You can enter any works in progress that you are currently working on, as long as it fits in with our along. Basically, I don't care how long it was on your needles. If it's something that you stopped working on last year and you got it back out and it fits in with our cow, put it in. I don't care when you started it. As long as you finish it by September the 23rd and it fits in with our cow. If you are a podcaster or a group that would like to join me on this, please feel free to contact me and let me know. And all my information will be at the end of this podcast on how you can contact me. Here are some ideas for the cow. Washcloths, dishcloths, tea towels, dish towels and or drying towels, however you want to call them, squares, blocks, scarves, shawlettes, cowls, baby booties, bibs, hats, sun hats, socks, mitts, fingerless gloves, ties, bows, bow ties, headbands, toys not bigger than 6 inches. However, I will not measure them. As long as they are not super big, they will be fine. If you're not sure, just ask me. You can dip in other groups as long as it's okay with their rules. As for works in progress, 1 photo per week of all your works in progress. Post finished objects in the thread. And chatter is also welcome in the thread. Again, that's just some ideas of what you can make. I'm not saying those are the only strictly things that you have to make. If you're unsure about whether it fits in with our cow, just ask me, and I will gladly tell you. Excuse me. I'm sorry. And before we get into works in progress and finish administrati, if you see like a flash of light, or you hear like a booming and a banging, or it sounds like somebody's pouring water around me, or there's water running, or you hear something like massively pouring down, it's because we're having thunderstorms still. I feel like we're having monsoon season here in Pennsylvania. And I'm sure the rest of the eastern seaboard and down south probably feels the same way. It feels like I'm having monsoon. So if you have earbuds and you're picking it up, or you don't, but you're picking it up, I just want to let you know why. Alright. Last thing for Administrati is my iTunes feed. I was made aware that last week my iTunes feed was not working right. I froze up. I am aware of that, and thank you for letting me know. As always, I greatly appreciate it. Other podcasters that I listen to that have the same hosting site I do, Podcast Garden, they said they were having the same issue as well with their last week's podcast and the week before, that it wasn't working right, that it was freezing up. So I don't know if it's something on their end or what's going on. My megabytes for my podcast are like run between 60 to 77 megabytes, so it can't be that. It must be something on their end. I have unlimited storage with them and unlimited bandwidth. So it's not that. I don't know what's going on, but thank you for making me aware of it. If it happens again with this episode, please let me know, and just continue to let me know so I know. And also, my podcasts are available via YouTube, our blog, and there's a thread on Rav for it. If you're wondering what I'm drinking, it is Diet White Peach Tea. Again, thank you for letting me know about that. Again, it must be something with Podcast Garden, because other podcasts... Words, Nicole. The brain's going faster than the mouth can speak. Other podcasters that I listen to that use Podcast Garden are having the same issue. So I know it's not just me, but thank you again, everybody. And I greatly appreciate it. You all rock. Alright, finished objects. I have 2.5. My first one is my stash baskets that I was working on. Excuse me. I was working on this one back here, the medium one. I finished it. If you guys remember, it was in hibernation because I needed to get yarn for it. And I got 2 skeins. I finished the one and part of the second one. Let's see here. Let me get it up. Now, on my Rav page, it'll show as a 2-strand stash basket, and it's not. I couldn't find a project page that somebody started for one on here. And if you're wondering, this is crochet. And yes, you can still get this book because I told Celtic Lucas about it, and he was able to find it. But anyhow, here is mine. And somehow it looks like it has a little foot. I followed it to specs, and it came out funky dunky, but that's okay. Excuse me. That's what it looks like. I did not block it. Like use starch on it, or fabrics. What's that called? Fabric starch that you would use to make things stiff, like clothing and all and other stuff. I did not block it. I'm sure you guys are probably yelling at me what the right name of it is, but I did not use it. I left it that way in case I want to use it for something else that I don't like it in the bathroom. I can use it for something else, but I am using it. It is keeping things organized on the proper shelf. It's on a shelf and it's keeping it organized. It's not all cluttered. And this is, as I said, it is paid for. If you're looking to make this, if you type in Lily Sugar and Cream, you're going to get up the website that bought them out, or the company, Yarnspiration. And the one they'll bring up is a 2-strand stash basket. It's different than this one, but it's the same idea. I don't know if it's the same pattern. I didn't look. But would I crochet these again? Absolutely. I've knitted these two are both the same size. They're the small. I've made these already, and this was my first time making this big one, and I would absolutely make these both again. And they also make great gifts. Alright, my next project, you guys remember, is my Father Time neck warmer. Sorry, Steve, I'm not going to say the C word. But it actually is called the Father Time cowl. I will say it, but that's the actual name of it. This is a free pattern on Rav, and that is the designer, Steve, also known as Mr. Dramatic Knits. Here is a close-up of his pattern. It is a mesh type pattern. It is a free pattern. I used the US 4 3.5 millimeters circular needles. I used the Knit Picks nickel plated on the interchangeables on my Knit Picks cable. And the yarn that I used, I've been telling you guys all along the wrong name of it. It is called Fashion 2 yarn, and it's 119 yards. I used 2 strands, all but 1.54 yards. And I'll explain that later. The total yardage altogether will be 238 yards. This is how it looks. I think it came out great. It isn't blocked, but I will show you can wrap it around if you like it up like that. I don't like anything up tight around my neck, but you can wear it like that. Or the other way, as I said, it will grow once I block it. I didn't wash it and block it yet because I wanted to show you guys before I did the wash. And as you can tell, it's a pink and gray. I don't know the colorway, but that's what it looks like. It is pink and gray. This will be going into my my gift basket. I can't talk today, people, tonight. This will be going into my gift basket, and it will either be given as a gift, or I was thinking of doing it as possibly maybe a prize giveaway, one of our cows. So I'm going to keep that option open if I don't gift it, but for now it's going in my gift bin. Alright, I will explain how I figured out the yardage for it later on. I used 236.5 yards to make it. I was kind of playing yarn chicken with it. So that's that. My half finished object is, and it's living now in my I Love Cupcakes bag, is my vanilla latte socks. And it is a free pattern on Rav by Virginia Rose Jeans, or Janes, however you would. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it wrong. I'm sure that I am. Virginia Rose Jeans, Geanes. This is a free pattern on Rav. It is the vanilla latte socks. And I am using, where's the ball band? I know I have it. Here it is. I'm using SRK on your toes. It's a 4-ply sock yarn with aloe vera, 75% superwash wool, 25% nylon. You can put this in the washer on delicate and put it in the dryer on low heat, tremble dry. It is 390 yards or 360 meters or also 100 grams. It is very nice to work with. I love it. Here is the name of the website because I know I will mispronounce it. That's the name of who makes it as well as the website, and this is in the sunset print colorway. I picked this up last year at Tuesday mornings, and I happened to see the pattern and I thought it would look nice in that, or as a just plain vanilla sock. But I have the half-finished object, guys. It is my vanilla latte sock, or one of them. If you follow me on Instagram, you've probably already seen this. The color is actually more brighter than what is projecting out on screen. The only thing I did different from the pattern is I used the Fish Lips Kiss heel. And you can see the vanilla latte pattern. You can see the patterning in that. And the stripy dipes. And I did a new to me toe. A new to me toe shaping. And yes, people, I Kitchenered. This is a cuff down. I know I said in past episodes I was Kitchenering. Kitchenering is not my favorite thing. However, I since got over that fear thanks to a craftsy class I took. So I think that my Kitchenering came out awesome. You can't even tell I Kitchenered it. The toe shaping I did was called the star toe. As you guys can see, it looks like a star. I actually liked it. It was a new to me toe shaping. Normally I do the rounded wedge toe if I do cuff down, which is this. That's the rounded wedge. I normally do something like that and then Kitchener it. I was surprised. I actually, when I did the Kitchenering, had the right number of stitches. Because somehow, normally when I Kitchener, I don't always have an even number. But somehow I did. So this is my half-finished object. I think it came out great. It is amazing. And it is pattern. You can see the pattern very well on it. The ribbing, I did a 2x2 ribbing. You could either do a 1x1 or a 2x2. I did a 2x2. I kind of like the 2x2. I don't know why versus the 1x1. I don't know. And I like the way the striping is. You can see at the Fish Lips Kiss there at the heel that everything pretty much lined up perfectly for like the heel and around. I didn't try to get anything to line up, and for it to come out like that, it just did. I don't care if my heels match up. It does not matter to me. I don't care when as I start the second one, my cuff is not going to match up color-wise, and I'm okay with that. As long as I got two socks that are mates, in other words, they're even, and they're the same pattern, I'm fine. I don't care if the toe and the heel and the cuff don't match. I like that they're different. These, I will maybe wear these in the fall. Obviously in the fall with boots or in the winter even when I wear boots or sneakers. They will go in my sock drawer. If I'd wear them now during the summer, it would probably be with maybe like business casual clothing. Because yes, I am that person when it comes to that. I like my socks being flashy. Something has to be bright with the whole business casual thing. I like to have a little fun. I don't like boring. That is all my finished objects and half-finished objects. Works in progress. I've kind of been in a funk, and the only thing that I've worked on is the mate to my vanilla latte socks on the cuff. You guys will notice that I'm using a cable, my cables, circular needles, and not the double pointed needles. I had to change because I was getting frustrated constantly adjusting with the DPNs. I don't know why I don't like DPNs for knitting socks, but I'm okay for hats. Maybe it's because any socks that I used on DPNs was like just plain vanilla knit. I don't know. But this is how this is coming along. As I said, you can see the cuff isn't matchy with the other one. And you guys can see better this way. I'm fine with that. It's like a little bit of yellow and then light pink, and then it's starting to fade into the dark pink. I'm okay that it's not matchy-matchy. I like that. And this yarn is nice to work with. I wouldn't mind picking more up by this brand. And the circular needles I am using, they're the same size as my DPN 2.5s. I don't know. I just find it easier to knit my socks on a circular, doing like the magic loop or Judy's magic cast on. As I said, that's all I got for works in progress. I've been in a little funk-a-dunk. I don't know what's going on. I would like to get that tank top back in progress and working on it and get it finished and wear it. And I'd also like to get something else on the needles. Maybe I'll find something that inspires me this weekend. And it's not like I lack in stash to have any choices in. Alright. Sorry about that. If any of you... We're going to talk about stash quick. I'd like to participate. I've yet to post anything in the Knit Girl stash along. But I have calculated my yardage so far for it. And from the 23rd of May till now, I have, between knit and crochet, I have 1,099.5 yards. Wow. Where did that come from? I would have never thought that. That's like, wow. Incredible. Alright. I'm going to go into explaining how I figured out the yardage for my Father Time cowl quick. Basically, this yarn, it's just made by the same company as my pink and gray. They're 119 yards, and if you use 2 skeins and you add it together, that's 238 yards. Now, as I said, I was playing yarn chicken. I was running out. So what happened was I bound off, and I have some left. And to figure out how much I had left, I wrapped it around the back of my chair and did some math. And I will hopefully will explain it to you good. The way I did it was I measured the back of my chair from one end to the other end. I measured that. That came to 18.5 inches. And to figure out, to get to the yardage, what I did was I counted how many times I wrapped the yarn around the back of my chair, which were 3. So to figure out the total inches, what you do is you take I took the 18 inches, times that by 3, which gives you 55.5 inches. Which gives you 55.5 inches. Then I divide that by 36 because there's 36 inches in a yard, which comes out to 1.54 yards if you divide it. Now your number will vary because not everybody's back of their chair is 18.5 inches. So an easy math way to figure it out if you don't have a yarn swift is measure the back of your chair from one end to the other, or you can flip it over and use the feet and measure from one end to the other end, and then you multiply that by how many times you wrapped your yarn around it. And then you get that, and then you divide that number by 36, and that'll give you the number of yardage. I hope I explained that clear enough. If you're unsure of it, let me know and I'll try to clarify it. So what I did was, that was 1.54 yards. I did a little subtraction. I took the 238 yards. I subtracted 1.54 from it, which gave me 236 236.5. That's how the 236.5 is how much yardage I used to make the Father Time cow. I just did a little subtraction. I know, it seems like, what, Nicole? Like, that just sounds like you did a humongous algebra problem there. Like, you're good at math, girlfriend. No, I'm really not. It took me a while to actually figure out how to do that whole convert the inches into yardage thing. I just practiced it a while. I use that method when I do my spinning to figure out how much yardage I have because I don't have a scale. So when I do spinning and I need to figure out how much yardage I have, that's how I do my calculations. Alright, moving right along, we're going to go into stash enhancements. And I mentioned before to you guys that, sorry about that noise, I like bumped right up against my chair I have here. I use Lily's Sugar and Cream in the Country Yellow to make my basket. I have a skein left. I took the ball band off because I thought I was going to need it for the other project, but I used the other ball instead, the other skein instead. So this is the second one I have left. I'll probably be able to get like 1 or 2 dishcloths out of it. And the next thing I got was, I have a total of 4 of these. This is Fashion to Yarn. Learn to read, Nicole. One day I will. It's the same yarn that I used to make that Father Time cowl, just a different colorway. It's yellows and blue and green and white. Here is the colorway. I think I'm going to use this to make the lioness shawl. I really want to make the hitchhiker out of it, but I can't get the pattern right now. Oh, and this yarn was a gift from my gram. I didn't buy it. She gave it to me as a gift, but I got this. As I said, I really would have liked to make the hitchhiker out of it by Martina Bem, but that has to stay on my wish list for a while because I can't get it. So instead, I'm going to make the lioness. And the only other thing that I got was by Mills End 1 pound cotton blend. And it's in this gorgeous pinkish color. I got 3 skeins in here, which equal about 1 pound. Again, I don't know the color. It doesn't have a colorway. I know it's cotton, a cotton blend. And I got, this was at AC Moore. And it was $6.99, but I have their app on my iPhone. So I said to my girl, no, you're not paying $6.99 for it. I got 55% off of that, which came to like $3 and some cents. So I'm happy with that. She asked me what I'm going to make out of it. I said, I don't know. Maybe I'll keep it and make some dishcloths, dish towels out of it. A sun hat. I don't know. Something. I know it'll be something to use around here. So that is all my stash enhancement for now. I know it's been a while since I posted stash enhancement. Next, I'm going to talk about something. I'm actually looking to destash it. Sorry for the close-up. There's just some yarn. It was given to me by a lovely yarn fairy in my family. It's yarn I won't use. It is gorgeous. It's called Boutique Trend Knitting Worsted. It is 70% acrylic, 30% wool, machine washable and dryable. It was made in Canada. It's 100 grams. Doesn't say it just says 100 grams. Here's what it looks like. It is brown. It's not black. I know it's coming out black, but it is actually a dark brown. I have, counting this one, I have 3 more in my stash, which makes a total of 4. I have 4 of these. I do not want it. I am looking to get rid of it. I will post it in a destash. I will post a thread for it on the Rav group. If you are interested in it, please contact me. You don't have to knit with it. You can crochet with it. I don't want it. I have no use for a brown. It's been in my stash almost 3-4 years. I'd like to see it go to a good home. You can contact me. We'll go over like price. Let me know if you're interested in one skein or all 4 skeins. So please let me know. Again, I will post a thread in Rav about this. If you're watching me on YouTube and you're not on the Rav group, just message me at our email address, nickelosworld@gmail.com, and tell me if you're interested in it. So that's that. I am kind of going through my stash, and if there's things in there that I have not used or I don't want, I am going to start to destash it, but mostly this has been sitting in there the longest, and I'm not going to use it. And it's a shame to let it sit in there because it is a dark brown, and I'm sure somebody would give this a wonderful home and would love it. So that is everything. Alright, a quick update on me because people have been asking how I'm doing because I said that I was having some issues where I was tired all the time. Thank you everybody so much for your thoughts and prayers and kind words. I seen the doctor and all my lab works are fine. My A1C went from 10 down to 7. However, the only thing that was up was something that's tied into my allergies that were basically showing my allergies were acting up. However, the doctor said that shouldn't cause my tiredness. He did prescribe a prescription allergy pill. He prescribed Singular for me. And just within 1 dose of that, I took that one dose. I woke up the next morning. It was in the morning. I took the dose, went to bed that night, woke up the next morning, and I felt refreshed. I was like, oh, I feel so rested. I feel so good. And I felt great. And I even noticed that my rosacea, I get bad rosacea in here. And I noticed my rosacea is not acting up. I doubt the Singular has anything to do with my rosacea because rosacea is more of an acne. But I don't know. I just noticed that. He told me don't take it unless I need it. But the past couple days I've had to take it, and I noticed I've not been as tired. Now today I did have to nap. I was tired a little bit today, but prior to that, I've been feeling good. So I think I'm thinking maybe it had to do with my allergies that I wasn't sleeping good. He brought up a CPAP, and I'm like, no. I do have sleep apnea, but it's not that bad. So I'm like, no CPAP, because I can't stand anything over my face like that. He did, however, recommend that for my diabetes, that I go see an endocrinologist, because when I got my prescriptions filled, I about fell on the floor and had a heart attack when they said, your medicines will be $832.21. I said, you're kidding me. I don't think so. Said, put it on hold, came home. I checked the Januvia website. They have a savings card. And I checked the Invocana website. They have a savings card. And there was one other pill that I was like, absolutely, like, I don't want it. I said, take it away. It was like $130. So I went out there, and they said with the Januvia, they're like, oh, the original price of the Januvia is $384, and then my insurance would have been $284, and with the savings card from Januvia itself, I misread it. I thought it would have been $5, but they're like, no, we took the maximum benefit of $100 off, so it's $184. I said, honey, I don't think so. Not $184. No. So went back to my doctor. I said, look, I can't afford $184 plus $329 for the Invokana. I said, no, something got to give here. So he put me on a new pill called Metformin. I was on it before. I had the not so nice side effects of, let's just say, running to the bathroom all the time. So I said, I tried again, and then he suggested about taking insulin, and I'm type 2. I'm like, no. I'm like, I see my mom taking insulin, and she was a type 1. No. He said, well, go see the endocrinologist because of my sulfa allergy. He goes, you're kind of at end of what kind of oral medications you can take, but go see the endocrinologist, see what he or she has to say. Maybe there's different treatment options that are more affordable. And I said, do you know what? That sounds like a good idea, because they're endocrinologists. They know how to manage diabetes. Put me on a good course. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm currently on a waiting list. Isn't that lovely? As far as my Invokana, I said that $329 with the savings card from the company. I will get the first 4 months free and then $5 after that. I cannot get over how much medications cost. Honeys, if you don't have insurance, or you have insurance and they don't cover the brand name, I don't know how you do it. I don't know how people do it. It's just crazy. There's no need for it to be that expensive. Come on. That's my rant for the day. We're almost at 40 minutes. I'm going to let you guys go. I will see you guys again next week. Have a wonderful Father's Day and a great weekend. And remember, treat everybody the way you want to be treated. Bye, guys.